Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. Today I will land another hit on you, Karma. You go, Jurian. If you can, darling, I welcome the challenge. Claude? Princess, your side is open. I bring my sword up closer to my side as Garland strikes me. Tonight is the first night I get to use a real sword as opposed to a practice sword. The sound of metal clashing echoes into the night, and also, I'm drinking. Is this what a real battle feels like? We've been practicing under skirmish conditions for the last few days. Since tomorrow is the day we enact our plan, we are doing some last-minute practice. Remember, fighting back-to-back is better than doing it alone. Claude dodges Jurian's sword as he speaks, but I notice that he seems to be taking special care not to look in my direction. He's been fine for the last few days, but I am not sure when his pain will return. If only he would tell me what was wrong with him. When Claude finally calls the end of practice, we are all exhausted. Good job, everyone. You'll all be fine tomorrow. Garland turns to face me, a soft expression on his face. And if it comes down to it, Jurian and I will protect you. Garland looks over his shoulder at Claude. Both of you. That's our job as knights. I'm quite capable of protecting myself, but I do appreciate the offer. It's late. We should all get some rest. The two knights excuse themselves, leaving me with Claude. Lucette, you should go to bed. Princess? I have a feeling I won't sleep much tonight anyway. Be that as it may, you should still try. I'm about to retire for the night as well. Ooh. Okay, let's see. So she would want to keep practicing, I imagine. Because she's not really giving off I want to talk to you vibes. I'm assuming it's this one. Princess, if you overexert yourself, your reflexes will be slow tomorrow. But I'm nowhere near as good as Jurian and Garland. You sure you won't reconsider going, Princess? No, so please stop insisting I reconsider. I will go to save my father. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head. Lucette, promise you'll stay behind if we are attacked. And if at any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the march-in. But that is cowardly. Lucette, don't you remember what I said before? Sometimes running is the right thing to do. Never run into an impossible situation. Instead, live to fight another day. Promise me you'll stay behind. Please, Lucette, give me the peace of mind. And I didn't see a gem, so I'm assuming I diddled the first thing. So we're gonna go back. I want to talk to you. And about what? Claude takes a step back, and I stare as his hand absently moves to his chest. Are you really okay, Claude? I've been perfectly fine this past week. He's lying. He is obviously in pain. Why do you have to keep your pain a secret? Why won't you talk to me? There we go. Better. I told you before that some things are better kept a secret, Princess. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head. And now that I think about it, talking would have been more of her option. Like I said, I'm drinking, and that's the excuse I'm gonna go with. Lucette, promise you'll stay behind me if we are attacked. And if at any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the march-in. That is cowardly. Lucette, don't you remember what I said before? Okay, it's the same thing. Promise me that you'll stay behind me. Please, Lucette, give me the peace of mind. Okay. She doesn't want to promise, but we'll do it. If it will make him feel better before going into this mission, I cannot deny his request. Claude's expression softens as he moves away from me. I'll stay behind you. There we go. Thank you, Princess. Let's attempt sleep in preparation for tomorrow. When this is all over, I'll pry Claude's secrets out of him. Me. Yzma style. Oh hey, we haven't seen this in a little while. Tonight is the night, and everyone is just about ready to go. I can't get this feeling of foreboding off of my chest. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except Princess. Rumpel suddenly appears, and he's coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here? Well, of course we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here. We'll be waiting for you tonight so that we can celebrate everyone's return. Be careful. Emmeline, who has been everywhere with her brother since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile. I will pray for your safe return. Her smile wavers, and I can tell she is uncertain. She has the great knights of Caldera, 2 witches, and a prince. She'll be fine. Rod's responses are curt as usual, but I cannot help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I think I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes. Oh, you cute little thing! Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe. We're not going to let Alcaster get away with what he did to Angiel and its royal family. Look at me getting the kingdom's name right. Parfait steps forward last. She and Delora glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the two of them. Delora nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us. Her eyes eventually fall on me. You've changed since you've been here, Princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It has always been there, just beneath the surface. Is it bad that I ship Parfait and Delora, actually? Oh yeah, I 100% ship those two. Especially after that the quiet conversation, or the conversation through silence and gestures. Oh yeah. Stubbornness or resolve? It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder. Your dedication is very much like King Gennaro's. You are proud and honorable and always take steps in the right direction. That is why I know you'll come back tonight. Just as Rumpel said, we'll all be waiting for you. All of you. Stay safe tonight. I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. It is Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. There are knights everywhere. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall. There's the hidden door to the tunnels. If we make it right between the knights' patrols, we should be able to make it, just like an Ocarina of Time. They'll never look behind them. On my signal. Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture and doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. We will be fine. Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Jurian and Garland, who are flanking Waltz. Dolores stands beside me and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we brought a lot of people. This way. We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels? I've already taken into account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rod's information. We should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed. Princess, leave most of the fighting to us, if there's any to be done. I know. I will only fight if I need to. If only I wasn't cursed, I would be able to fight to my full extent. I think you're still quite capable without all of your magic, puppeteer. Oh, a compliment? It's an honor. Miss Karma. I'm only in this dress because of Jurian, you know. Jurian crosses her arms and cocks an eyebrow at Claude. I wouldn't fall in love with you, no matter what you say. That's what they all say. We're here. Suddenly, everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me. This should lead to the throne room. I did not know we had a secret passage in the throne room. How much does Waltz know about this palace? Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes. I stick close to guards. I stick close to Claude and Waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelops the guards. Magic! I watch as the guards' eyes close before they slump to the ground. Delora drops her hands once all the guards are truly asleep. Amazing how intolerant humans are to magic. Let's keep going. Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all of the soldiers standing around. Delora casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles. but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prison. I'll stand watch. Be careful, Waltz. I will. We enter another network of tunnels. Jury Garland, after you. Jury glances at me briefly and then at Claude, who nods a little stiffly. We'll be right back. In accordance with the plan, Claude and I are left at the halfway point of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora, Durian, and Garland continue on to the prison. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude and I bite down on my lower lip when I notice that his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it away. The glare in his face takes me by surprise. Why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand to his chest and flinches as he leans on the wall. Not now. His voice sounds pained. What is he talking about? Claude? I just need some space, princess. But I am fine. Someone's irritable. I cannot help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be this way. He trails off, his eyes distant. Because of your curse. Right. Most of the time he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he's two different people. I cannot understand why he's like this. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets? Lucette, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you would hate me. Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. Okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna blindly choose one. Oh no. What did I choose? I didn't look. I closed my eyes and just did it. What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me. I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he's in some kind of quiet agony. That's what she said too. Is he talking about that one woman from before, the one who didn't love him? He thinks I'm the same? I am not like her. Oh, whatever. Crap, I didn't pay attention. I didn't pay attention. What'd I pick? Oh no. Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running. His hand moves quickly to the hilt of his sword just as I reach for mine. We only relax when we see that it's Jurian, Garland, and Delora heading towards us. Why are they alone? Where are the king and queen? They weren't in the prison. I have no idea where else they could be. Delora steps out from between the two of them, her expression somber. This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught. The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us. Well, crap. Don't tell me. It's the alarm. Everyone draws their weapons as Waltz appears, running towards us with a harried expression on his face. The knights are on their way. How did they know we were here? In seconds, I hear the clanking of metal, and then there are knights upon us. We are forced to scatter to deal with different opponents. A guard rushes at me with his sword, who looks strangely like the guy from the march, and who also looks like the guy who walks around town, who looks like the guy who tried to kidnap me. How many relatives do you have, sir? And I somehow managed to block his attack. I should be able to wind around him. The knight falls after I catch him from behind and give Claude an opening to attack him. Lucette, stay behind me. I promised I would, remember? Let's keep it that way. A smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments he seems more like the Claude that I know. A knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself. He grabs my arm. Unhand me! I watch in shock as a shimmering fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing, he slumps to the ground. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep. Sorry I couldn't focus long enough to cast that spell earlier. Delora drops her hands and turns to address Waltz, Claude, and I. Head toward the entrance hall. The king must be in one of the central rooms. During Garland and I will head back to the bedchambers in the East Wing to look for the Queen. Splitting up is not part of the plan. We don't have much of a choice anymore if we're going to get the King and Queen out of here. We have to improvise. Now go. Claude grabs my hand and jerks his head at Waltz. Let's go. The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze forward while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us. On our right! Claude grabs his sword and moves before Waltz and I can respond. He dives low toward a soldier, his sword poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left, and I raise my sword, readying myself. Waltz snaps his fingers, a flash of light blinding the men in the immediate vicinity, and I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. I grit my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There are so many of them. Well, if it isn't the most desirable princess. I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he is nowhere to be found. Where is he? Who are you? I wonder. Lucette! I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step toward him when a masked man suddenly blocks my path. Who are you? I raise my sword, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. Uh-oh. An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. Uh-oh. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backwards. Uh-oh. I hit the wall hard and my vision darkens. Uh-oh. Claude. Okay, we're gonna save right here. Where am I? Why can't I see anything? My head hurts. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out. The man laughs and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? I command you to take off this blindfold! I don't take orders from princesses that no one remembers. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request. What a tease. Whoever you are. The blindfold is abruptly pulled off and I flinch at the sun brightness. Why, hello there, princess. And might I say hello to you too, sir? My captor looks at me amused. He wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulder. Who is he? My eyes wander to the throne. I cannot help but gasp at what I see. The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty. The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. I turn to glare at the masked man. Let him go. No can do, princess, though. Don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that? You are not nice, sir. I grit my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds. Struggle all you like. You won't get out of those knots anytime soon. Who are you? The masked man drops into an elegant bow. I am called VARG. Backwards is Grav. VARG? What have you done to my father? Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I guess gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something. Okay, you sassy. You just gained some points back. Sassy. Are you working for Sir Alcaster? I don't work for anyone. So he's a mercenary? The door flies open and Alcaster steps in, his face full of anger. Mithros the fool, how absolutely useless he was. Varg gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile. If any of you have seen my Phantasy Star 2 online video, you know I like me a goth boy. So, extra hello to Varg once again. Well, I do agree with that wholeheartedly. That man is in the past. Here in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with. Varg gestures at me. I glare at Varg before turning my gaze to Alcaster. I used to think Alcaster was someone to be respected. Not anymore. If it isn't the princess herself. You remember who I am? Once Mithros made the connection, it was too obvious to be false. Could Sir Mithros remember me? Alcaster shifts his attention to the king. Gennaro, do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter? My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father, to the kingdom? Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rulers have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne. But the people of Angeal love their king. Before I thought that the town people were despicable because they hated me. Now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as mother's daughter, which was wrong, but okay, halt right there. Yes, that may have been the excuse before. But then when you were homeless and in rags without even shoes, they were still pretty freaking terrible. That doesn't mean that everyone in the kingdom is awful. I mean, I'm sure that if she had come across a niece, you know, Anise would have helped her immediately, no questions asked, for certain. But there's just too many people there to be like, the people are good! It's more like, some of the people are good, but most of the rest of them are just kind of dealing with their own crap and can't be bothered. But that does not mean they should be subject to a regimen of fear. I agree with that. Your obligation as a ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive and this place knew the fear of the witches, they were far more productive. Fear motivates. Fear makes a man. King Alcaster. You better have a good excuse for interrupting. I was in the middle of monologuing. Your Highness, there's a beast. Oh, really? What are you blathering about, you fool? A beast. A magical beast is rampaging through the palace. A beast, you say? Is this the dead witch's doing? Dead witch? No, Delora is fine. She has to be. Out with it. Did Mithros do this? What? I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mithros is a witch? He was a witch, but now he is dead. He turns to his knight and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mithros? A witch? Impossible. I mean, he had such innocent-looking snaky eyes. What are the other palace intruders? We've managed to apprehend some of them, but we can't get to everyone with that beast taking us out. That damned Mithros. Still a pain even after death. What did you do to Sir Mithros? Did you not hear me, girl? He is dead. Killed by my hand. But why? He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals. He eyes me cautiously. He wanted you, princess. If Sir Mithros was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Why did he want me? Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore. With the sassy eyebrow cock. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not, but in the end that fool was too power-hungry. You never entered into my plans. You would have been safe, princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy. Alcaster turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more. The beast is moving quickly. We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room. There's a beast in the palace, and it's Sir Mithros' doing? I am so confused. It's not Sir Mithros' doing, it's karma! I was right, it's Beauty and the Beast. And what about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alcaster. You're not going anywhere. Sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will kill them. You, princess, are going to make excellent bait. You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing. Listen, goth boy. Tell me what all of this is. Varg looks unmoved by Alcaster's anger. It is Mithros that summoned this beast, is it not? Then you must know what is happening. You're asking me, of all people? Ha! As if I would be able to answer any of your questions. At least he's a jerk to the enemy, too. He's kind of like a Loki, I guess. He's just here for the chaos. Varg! It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alcaster. I won't have any answers for you. Sir Alcaster turns to me, his eyes manic. Whether this is Mithros' magic or magic belonging to one of your friends, I'm not going to let it live. Could Delora create a beast out of thin air? Sir Alcaster draws his sword from his sheath and curses under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. VARG surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the ropes, binding my arms with a sword that I recognize. Yeah! He's all about the chaos! I like you, VARG. You have my sword. I stand up quickly as I can and grab the sword from him. That was too easy. I eye VARG warily as his mouth twists into a smirk. What are you doing? Why are you helping me? Because he likes chaos, and I love that he likes chaos. Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Besides, I'm curious to see what you'll do with that toothpick of a sword. Sassy. He talks like he doesn't care at all what happens. Chaos gremlin! Don't think about it too much, princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head. Hey. Don't make me take away points. I swing my sword toward him and VARG catches it with his cane. You really think that I'm the one you should be fighting? The door creaks and falls off its hinges. The knights stumble back and I hear screaming as loud footsteps sounds against the hall's tiles. So what will you do? Run? Hide? Or will the beast kill you too? Hello, beastie boy! My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room. Though I cannot make out specifics at first, the form grows more distinct the further it moves into the room. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. There is a moment of eerie silence, and then Alcaster yells, and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws them off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me. Over here, beast! Sir Alcaster rushes at the beast. I finally manage to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne. The king! I have to get him out of here. I run toward the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks. Darn you, Chaos Gremlin! Saving the king really shouldn't be your priority right now. I grit my teeth and swing my sword at VARG, but he easily darts away from me. I would be watching my back. It is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way toward me. Why would it be after me? Because it's Karma and he's trying to protect you as the beast and it's cute. Either I stay here and fend it off, or Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again. I realize that it is once more heading toward me. There is no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep this beast busy long enough for me to get them. But no, it's Karma. Go back. It's your boyfriend. I turn and bolt through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there is nothing he can do. I am so sorry. I'll be back. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past Sir Alcaster, and for a few moments, I think he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my sword out in front of me. No, don't do it! And stand in a defensive. Don't do it! Like Claude taught me, don't do it! But the beast never reaches me. You've ruined everything, beast. Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back towards the doors, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. Oh, it's getting good! It's getting good. It's getting good. I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm going to end it, but then I'm going to continue it because I can't stop right here. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I am bacon, and this so far has been the Cinderella phenomenon. Things are getting good! Oh my goodness, I'm very excited. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to share, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video that I'm going to immediately start recording. Bye-bye!